Hello, welcome to the Dollhouse. I am the doll, and today I am talking about 5 things that only dark-skinned black women are allowed to say. The freedom of speech is supposed to extend to everyone in America, but it really currently doesn't. There are only a few protected groups who can truly say whatever they want. And white men, they're not one of those groups, okay? But interestingly enough, dark-skinned black women are. There aren't any words that they are not permitted to say. There aren't any words that they can say that will get them canceled. Okay? Unless you're talking about Jewish people. That gets everyone canceled still. But the number one thing on this list that dark-skinned black women are allowed to say is the word nappy. Nappy can only really be said by dark-skinned women. And it can also be said by dark-skinned black men, but only to other black men. No man can call a woman nappy regardless of her skin tone. But a dark-skinned woman can call anyone nappy. She is the queen here. She is the nap queen. She can call anyone nappy. A light-skinned woman cannot call a black woman nappy. She may be able to call another light-skinned woman nappy, but really that's kind of treading on shaky ground as well, because then the talks of featureism and texturism begin. So, light-skinned women can't call other women nappy, or you describe their hair as nappy, or even really describe their own hair as nappy without being labeled as feeling like they have a self-hate. Nap is actually a technical term, having nap, but you're not going to understand why it could be considered derogatory in relationship to hair. Curl is a much better term, and nappy is really only used as an insult these days. So, yes, dark-skinned women can say nappy. You cannot. Exoticals, don't say it. Another thing that dark-skinned black women have the privilege of saying is high yellow. They can call whoever they like high yellow. And in a derogatory way, in a joking way, however they want to say it. Here's an example of Jaguar Wright calling Faith Evans high yellow with so much contempt and vitriol that she almost chips a tooth saying it.
Daughter-in-law, you want to talk about hilarious? Hilarious is pretending like you didn't know, that you weren't sure whether or not you were carrying Tupac's babies. That's hilarious. Hilarious is both that I know and kick it with that worked at Death Row that heard Pac you in the booth and took pictures of your very high yellow eggs. If Faith have twins, she probably have Tupac's. Get it?
Oddly enough, the comment section doesn't have even one sentence about this phrase that she uttered. Not even one sentence about the fact that she spoke on Faith Evans' skin tone in a derogatory way. Now, if Faith Evans had given that same speech about Jaguar Wright and called her black ass, then Faith Evans would have to stand in front of a firing squad or be publicly humiliated by having her wig pulled off, or just something that prevents her from being totally canceled. She would have to suffer. She would have to suffer in order to not be totally canceled. Black ass, number 3. That's the number 3 thing that black women can also say. Calling someone else, your black ass. Sit your black ass down. Black ass. Light-skinned women, but you can't say that, baby girl. Exoticals, don't say black ass. Maybe to your dark-skinned husband or boyfriend or whatever, you can say it in a joking way. But don't let him catch you in an argument saying it. He might record it and then upload it, and then you'll be a colorist online. So, yeah, no, black ass, you can't say it. But dark-skinned women can call anyone black ass. It's a black ass day in dark-skinned privilege land. And there's nothing wrong with having privilege. So exploit the privilege. You know, these are phrases that, I mean, a lot of people enjoy saying and can be exploited. So if there are ways to find, to exploit this privilege in comedy or in rap, which has been done, or like Jaguar Wright in interviews where she's spilling the tea on celebrities that she may have known or may not have known. But so yeah, black ass, that is definitely number 3. Another thing that dark-skinned black women can say that no one else can say is a descriptor. It's describing someone as having pretty hair. The girl with the pretty hair, oh, you mean her with the pretty hair? Maybe a man can get away with saying that. But calling another woman, another woman's hair pretty is pretty touchy. This one is really about the men. If a man calls a light-skinned woman's hair pretty, that happens to be natural and long or natural and curly, he's a colorist because her hair is pretty. And what you're saying is that nappy hair ain't pretty. And that's not the case. But, you know, that's exactly the point. Only dark-skinned black women can call another woman's hair pretty if she's light-skinned. So it's just, you know, these are silly rules to me, but it is what it is. You know, another thing that dark-skinned black women can say to others is that they are articulate. Okay, so follow me here. Ann Coulter, a television personality and news pundit, political pundit, she was just doing an interview with a former presidential candidate, and she told him that he is very articulate. Listen to what she says here.
You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory.
So she basically is saying that, you know, black people get offended when you call them articulate. And it's true, because a lot of times we've heard this, like black people being resentful of people of other races, calling them articulate because they feel like it's a condescending remark. Like, oh, well, we can't be articulate. Oh, well, what are you trying to say, that other black people aren't articulate, or, you know, I'm too ghetto, or most of us are too. It's just jumping way to a conclusion that it makes it where people don't want to give you compliments, to be honest. And even though Ann Coulter, she's very problematic, she makes this statement. She did not lie. When someone calls me articulate, I appreciate it because I know I am. But I don't second guess it that they mean some kind of backhanded compliment implying that I'm articulate and I'm way above other people in my race. Now, we cannot act like back in the day, people who descended from the American enslaved, they were formerly enslaved. They lacked education, so they may not have been very articulate because it was illegal for them to read. So at one point, it was surprising to run across a person of African descent in America who happened to be articulate. Yes, that was once a thing. And it's not so much a thing anymore, but it is, because a lot of people in American culture are inarticulate these days. There are lots of mumbling fools around town. Lots of mumble rappers to prove my point. So, yes, calling someone articulate, giving them that compliment is another thing that only dark-skinned black women can say. I know that this video may sound a little bit silly, but I'm just shedding light on some of the double standards and some of the dark-skinned privileges that may have been overlooked, because they exist. And, you know, some of them don't really enhance the brand of the Black American woman or any woman. Using words like these don't really enhance the brand. Maintaining a privilege like this in a way that prevents other people from feeling comfortable around you, it doesn't enhance your brand. So I hope that this video shed some light on reasons why other people might feel that Black women, dark-skinned Black women in particular, are sometimes scary. Because you never know when you might mess up and say something that could potentially get you labeled racist, or even worse, get you verbally attacked, or even worse, physically attacked. So again, let me know if you can think of any other things that dark-skinned Black women can say that no one else can say. And I look forward to talking to you soon.